Hello everybody, ShiroOakami here, and today I'm going to be starting a new series where I beat Terraria for the first time on Master Mode. Now this isn't Terraria for the first time period, because I have beaten the game before only once. Sometime around last year, I beat the game for the first time ever on Expert Mode. But I decided I haven't played Master Mode, and it would be a good opportunity to turn it into a series on the channel, so I wouldn't have to do another long form video and make another video that takes a whole nother year to release. If you've probably noticed, the mic is slightly clearer than usual. That's because this is live commentary instead of a voiceover, so my mic is significantly clearer, but at the same time it's also really sensitive to whatever happens in the background. If you hear any jingling and jangling, it's probably my phone charm hitting the back of my phone or my hand, and anything else going on in the background, unfortunately I can't control that, so that's just some scuff that we'll have to deal with. Anyways, I'm really excited to start this playthrough. I really enjoyed playing Terraria when I was trying to beat the game for the first time on Expert Mode. It's a long game, all things considered. There's a lot of things to do, and I feel like this is also a good opportunity for me to do some of the stuff that I just either didn't have the patience for or didn't take priority when I was playing on my Expert world. I kind of just thought this would be a fun video idea to play Terraria, and also be a good excuse to pick up the game again, since I haven't picked it up ever since I beat the game for the first time on Expert difficulty. I kind of don't know where I'm going with a lot of this commentary, and you're gonna see that happen a lot. We're gonna, for now, consider this the pilot episode of the series. I don't really know what direction I'm gonna take this in, at least not yet, so we'll figure it out as we go. But for now, we'll just see if this is something that I might just keep doing, just as a way to fill in the gaps of content that I want to make more videos, but I haven't really had the time or very much of a drive to. Like, I very much enjoy making videos, as long as they don't take me a whole year to release. Separate issue. But no, yeah, literally, you're gonna be seeing this a lot. I talk faster than I manage to formulate my thoughts, so a lot of this is just gonna be incoherent rambling. No, yeah, see, another example. Anyways, maybe a little explanation of what I'm going to be choosing here. Of course, it's going to be on Master Mode. That's the whole point of this run, because I wanted to. Of course, I'm going to beat the game. If I'm going to beat the game again, I want to do it on a different difficulty. Also, because Master provides a different experience compared to Expert, but I'm not psychotic enough to choose the Get Fixed Boy seed. I'm going to be doing Crimson because my Expert save originally had Corruption, and Small World because I don't think I'm going to care as much about making this world as decorated or pretty as my Expert world, since I already put a lot of effort into making structures and making things look nice. I think this is an opportunity to just play the game and try to beat it. So, as the pilot, or I guess test episode, to see if this is something that I either do or can keep doing, supposing that I have enough free time, or just in general time to record. I don't really have a goal in mind here, at least not yet. For this first episode, I think we're just kind of gonna go wherever the wind takes us. At least get a house, get some materials from chests that are scattered around the place, basic tools, stuff like that. I feel like the obvious goal for a first episode would be to beat the Eye of Cthulhu, but Considering that I haven't touched Terraria in a long time, I might be a little bit too rusty to fight the Eye of Cthulhu without a little extra help from some potions and admittedly strong gear outside of what normally you're meant to use for the fight. So while I farm some basic resources and get some houses going, why don't I start with a little bit about why I'm doing this in the first place in a little more detail. So of course I really like playing Terraria, and I really enjoyed the experience the first time around when I was beating it on expert mode, but that wasn't actually the first time that I played Terraria. Originally, a long time ago, I had Terraria on the 3DS, and it was a lot of fun, albeit very janky, and I think it was actually easier on the 3DS. Specifically, there was some kind of arrow that you could get that was overpowered. But I never actually beat the game on the 3DS either, because it was kind of something that I had to dedicate a lot of time to if I wanted to beat it. And for a lot of games, I don't know, I think there are people who relate. If it's a game that requires a lot of effort or consistent time put in to really finish, then unless I'm playing that game every day or every other day, if there's like a big gap in time and I pick up the game again, I'm probably going to want to start from scratch. Unfortunate for any game that I've tried to finish, including Terraria and Octopath Traveler. I still really want to finish that game, but it's a lot of grinding and it's a very long game. The closest I've gotten was beating every single chapter 4 for each character. Anyways, I never beat it on the 3DS, but I remember that I enjoyed the game, so at some point I bought it for mobile, and I was immediately turned away from the game because the controls on mobile are admittedly horrendous. Like, they're pretty bad. I mean, you can already see on screen right now how dire some of the controls are. And originally, there was some kind of setting put in place that automatically mined or placed objects, and it got on my nerves pretty quickly because it was placing things without me wanting it to be placed. So I was not having as fun of a time anymore. So it didn't take long for me to stop playing the game for a while after that point, and it wasn't until about a year ago that a year and something ago that I picked up the game again, the mobile version, and I finally took some time to mess around with the settings and eventually fix that up, and I had a much better time. Mobile still has its own issues that kind of make it a struggle, but I think it's a lot more bearable now. I mean, it was fine enough that I managed to beat the whole game on expert, but specifically, at least from what I can remember, specifically dashing, since it's usually a double tap for the same button that's used for movement, it was a little hard to get used to, and I don't think I really dashed that much even after I got the shield anyways. Ooh, I'm gonna die here if I don't get out. Ooh, okay, hold on, wait, oh yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. I'm pretty rusty at the game since, like I said, I haven't played in a little under a year. And also, Master Mode increasing the amount of damage and health that enemies have, it isn't gonna help. But I think this is a good segue into, I need to choose a class soon. Oh my god, the bush is still here. I feel like it would be kind of lame to go melee again, because that's what I did for my expert save. But melee has a lot of armor that has a lot of defense, and as you can see, I kind of need all the defense I can get my hands on, because it is a little hard to maneuver on mobile when your screen is flooded with a bunch of different buttons and everything's kind of just going on. But oh my god. I bet you can hear me tapping on the screen. I apologize in advance for any strange tapping sounds or otherwise that definitely gonna get picked up by the mic. But where was I going with this? I'm not exactly the best at live commentary, as you can tell by the way I am stumbling through this commentary. Oh my god. Where was I going with this? Right, classes. Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was even talking about. I feel like it would be... Okay, one thing at a time. I feel like it would be a little bit lazy to go melee again, because I've already done melee before. Even if I already have a sense of the progression of melee, I kind of want to try something different. But at the same time, Melee's playstyle is pretty easy enough that I don't have to worry too hard about finessing through bosses, I don't think. I can, if I have enough potions, I could face tank most of the threats coming my way. But I do want to have... I just realized that there's a lot of dogs barking outside, so I apologize for that too, but I can't control that, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, I keep getting sidetracked. But all of the other classes that I could take, and frankly I am interested in, one, I don't really know their progression, which is a little bit worrying, but they are also, in my opinion, a little harder, because you need to be good at dodging, and that's not something I'm very prolific in, to say the least. Did it finally despawn? Oh, thank goodness. I don't think there's going to be any time for me to go mining anywhere, but I've tried to record this video a couple times already just to test if the mic works and whatnot, but I really don't want to be trapped inside my house for the entirety of the first night, just because it's pretty lame, because it's just gonna be zombies and eyes floating everywhere, and I'm not gonna be able to get out of my house unless I want to die, because I don't have any armor, I don't have any good weapons, nothing I can really do about it. I could... Oh, he's an oasis. I could make some cactus armor or the cactus sword, but I don't think that's particularly good for me right now. I think if anything... Oh. I think if anything, I should probably try to get the... Can I block its attacks? Okay. Let's not do that. I should... What should I be doing? I should be getting some ranged weapons. Maybe a bow or a yo-yo, just so then I don't get absolutely destroyed by everything here. And I still need to actually formally decide on a specific class that I want to choose. Yeah, you're definitely going to be able to hear the dogs barking outside. I don't know why they're so loud. Oh my god. I kind of hope that the mic is picking this up, because it's a little... There's a lot of barking. Anyways, I guess I'll be stuck here unless I decide to mine straight down. You know what? I'm just gonna do that. I have platforms. I don't want this to be too dull of a gameplay. Don't expect too much, honestly, because like I said, I'm not gonna be making this pretty. and I don't exactly know what direction I'm going to be taking this in. I mean, since I've tried to record this once before. I had some better commentary in some of my other recordings. Oh my god, he's gonna die. I've had some better quips and stuff to say in other recordings. Better moments, actually. If I have a clip, I will show it soon. Maybe near the end of the video. I had a really funny clip that just so happened to be while I was testing. But oh my god, that didn't need to happen. No, yeah, I'm kind of just gonna let things happen. If I remember to say something as I'm doing this, or just something interesting happens, it'll just happen when it does. I apologize if this commentary isn't particularly riveting. There's not going to be much that's actually going on. Probably. No, definitely. How high can I make this before I need to... I think I can make it 5? Is that a ghost? That's a ghost. Hold on. So... yeah. At the moment, I can't really think of any other topics to go off of right now. I wish I had... well... kind of makes me miss the scripted format from the Cormon video, because I did like... I'm trying to get used to talking, since I feel like it's a better way to do these videos, at least faster, or what should have been fast. Cormon video taking a year. What should have been a faster way to do videos, since I don't need to edit text over everything. But at the same time, I also gotta say things that are interesting, unless I want to cut out most of the video, and that's a little bit hard when you don't really have anything particularly interesting to say, especially when you're doing monotonous stuff like this. I don't really know what I'm aiming for here. I think we're just gonna keep digging down until we find some ore. Maybe for this episode, the goal will just be to get some decent armor. We'll see how far I get. Maybe I'll stop recording by the 1 hour mark. Who knows? This entire thing, I actually don't, at this point, with how many times I've tried re-recording this, I don't know what I have and haven't said. But most of this is going to end up being unedited footage that's probably clipped for... I feel like I've already said this. I'll just say it again. It's mostly going to be unedited footage, clipped for... probably clipped only for time. Just because I think this would be a nice, chill series to do. Maybe put it on the in the background while you're doing whatever. I don't know. I kind of wanted to just do something fun, and this seemed like this was just something that I have wanted to do for a while, and only just recently jumped the gun for, because I was thinking, maybe I should get a better mic before I do this. But my phone mic is fine, really. I really just need to be wary of whether or not my finger is, or my entire hand is covering the mic at all, and how much private time I have to myself, so then I don't get interrupted while I'm recording. Which, if that happens, you won't know. It'll get cut out of the video for sure. Hopefully it won't be during an integral part, otherwise I might just have to cut the audio for a bit. But whatever. Things will happen as they happen. Anyways, I think that's been enough rambling, that it's gotten far enough down yeah, I feel like most of this video is just gonna be rambling while I look for ore. So, I mean, you know, if I know a lot of there's probably like 1 or 2 people watching this video. I don't expect very much, but for those of you who are watching, thank you very much for that. But I really appreciate knowing that if anything, there's at least one person in the world who took the time to look at my stuff and consider that, yes, this exists, and perhaps I would like to give it some of my attention. I don't want to mind that. Let's cover that. Anyways, maybe in the comments, shoot me some questions and maybe I'll answer them. Just in case anybody is watching this that isn't just one of my friends or somebody who knows me, keep the questions light and nice, okay? Please don't be mean to me. I'm very fragile. Anyways, where were they going with this? No, yeah. I feel like, okay, this entire series is going to be me stumbling through my words while trying to explain myself, while at the same time trying to keep track of what I'm even talking about in the first place. Because if you asked me what I've talked about in this entire video right now, I would blank out. I have no idea what I've been doing or what I have or have not said already. I've tried to record this video so many times that everything's just starting to mix together in my brain. Maybe I kind of feel obligated to speak as often as possible just to fill in all of the gaps. But, you know, I could also just not talk and then speed up the footage. You're basically going through my editing process. You're going through the same thoughts that I have while I'm playing most of the games that I play. Just my thoughts are being said instead of just kept inside my brain. Because it was like this for the Koromon video too, where a lot of it felt like I was just, I'm gonna cut this out or speed this up later because there's a lot of nothing happening, or I need to do a little bit more preparation, but I don't feel like turning off the recording right now. Whereas if I cut it, then either I wouldn't have enough time to, enough free footage to stick in the, to draw out the voiceover, or no, I lost it. I don't know what I was gonna say, where the second point of that was gone. Ooh, short-term memory's pretty bad. That's becoming very apparent to me right now. So, no, yeah, I think we'll just agree to that for now. If I'm not talking, it's probably just while I'm doing stuff like this where nothing's really happening. You know, who knows? I mean, this is the pilot video. I don't have to make it. There's like nobody's holding me to any standard except for myself, and I don't even have to make this video very long if I wanted to. I could just mine off screen and then that's where we start episode 2, but I don't know. Kind of just feels nice to do the same thing over and over again, right? Like, it's not interesting, but if, well, in the situation that I would have some of my friends here, just mindlessly while digging out this tunnel, I guess, I'd probably just find something to talk about or whatever. You know, it's like it's a nice kind of peaceful. To not have to really do anything, or you could talk about whatever you want while you're doing something that doesn't require a lot of brain power to really get it done. Yeah, I don't think this episode is going to be particularly interesting just as the first episode, and be the beginning of the series and game. So I guess, I don't know how much effort I'm going to put into the details or design that I'm going to use for any particular part of my builds, because I was pretty obsessed with at least trying to make there's my phone charm. I was pretty obsessed with trying to make everything look nice, because I thought my expert world, it did take a long time to beat the game, but I thought I was going to spend way longer on it. So if it was going to be a long-term thing, I was thinking, you know what, might as well make it pretty while I'm here then, right? I don't want to find that. You know what, I'm gonna make a bow first. Do I have any arrows? I didn't break any pots, so I don't think I have any. Can I make arrows? How do you make arrows? Why do I have 100 copper? Let's make it a silver. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm gonna make a bow real quick. Because I thought I was going to be spending much longer in my expert save, I actually put way more effort into making things nice. When, my mentality now, I would have put a little more into a save like this on master mode, or whatever the highest difficulty was, since there's nowhere else to go. Like, at least for expert, there's still, you could go up from there, you could still do master. But other than get fixed boy, or just a combination of difficult seeds or restrictions, or hardcore characters, blah 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 blah, or if I wanted to ever play modded Terraria, which I'm mostly going to be relegated to mobile games, so unfortunately don't expect any modded gameplay of really anything. We're just going to like this is the peak of where this can go. Oh my god, there's crimson on this side too. I'm gonna die here. I really just want to get to a different piece of land so I can get some treasure chests or something. But like both sides are covered by desert. And if there's one antlion, I'm literally just dead. Yeah, I think I'm who knows? It's also a small world, literally, and in the game. It's a small world, so if I wanted to make things look nice, there isn't as much that I'd have to keep track of. But we'll see, because who knows? The first priority, of course, is going to be beating the game on the difficulty. Second priority is making everything, I guess, both functional and nice. Okay, finally some pots and a chest. Ooh, wait, this is nice. Umbrella. Not a bad weapon, plus being able to fall slower. I should have saved that herb bag in hindsight, because now my inventory is filled with seeds. Also gonna just take this chest for storage, since I don't have any, I don't have enough materials on me right now. Ooh, okay. This is making me miss some... Right! I still haven't gone over that, what class I'm actually going to choose. Because I feel like, as I said before, I feel like it's an obvious choice to do melee just because of the defense and because I've done it before, so I know what the progression is like. But I kind of... We'll see what happens first, because I know that Summoner is, at least it's memed upon enough where Summoner is weak in comparison to some of the other classes. But I don't know, I wouldn't mind doing Summoner if I could get a Summoner weapon quickly, which... unless I get lucky enough to find something like the Finch Staff or whatever, I'm gonna have to wait until I get the zoologist. Ooh, okay, careful. Anyways, it only just processed that I picked up the step stool and the aglet. We got a decent amount of potions too. Until I can, I'm actually surprised I didn't find a magic mirror. But I guess the recall potion will work for now. Very soon this place is just going to be crowded with a bunch of chests and whatnot. I think I just want to keep it close to here. If I, so then crafting's easier. Also because I think I can make an anvil now. How do I make an anvil? Okay, anvil. And now I can make other tools, including a better sword. Doesn't look like I can make anything else right now. I should probably be... Oh, okay, we got the merchant. I probably should be saving my stuff, even if I don't need it, just to sell. I feel like I spend a little too much time trying to organize all of my chests. Let me know if you do the same thing, if you also play. I'm always trying to organize chests, and then I end up with like 3,000 because I keep subdividing how I classify each item between like obviously stuff like ores, potions, consumables, seeds, flowers, blah 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 blah, weapons, but then I keep on making them more and more hyper specific because sometimes they just have way too much going on in one chest, and it drives me nuts. Not because there's so many different ways to classify things, but because I cannot settle on grouping them together or making enough chests just to simply fit all of the materials that I happen to have on me. Yeah, you know, I feel like this is a very productive rant. If I'm talking about something and I'm just filling in time, you know what? That's good enough for me. Anyways, can of worms. I will not open that because I believe there's literally nothing you can get from that besides worms. And that's a grapefruit? I thought that was an orange. For now, I'm not really looking to go fishing. You know, okay. Second thing, I know everybody memes on the angler. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't really read his dialogue when I first encountered him. I didn't really think he was that bad of a person. But like looking back, yeah, he's really annoying, but we're gonna buy the bug net. He's annoying for sure. Like most definitely has an abrasive way of saying things. But I never particularly disliked the angler. I think it's just because I like fishing in most games. See Stardew Valley. I wasn't too dissuaded from the idea of just fishing for copious amounts of time, which I know most people don't have the patience for, and honestly I don't know how I had the patience to do that before either, because I was doing a lot of fishing even prior to my expert mode save, because I did try to get back into the game multiple times and I just either didn't have enough free time to really spend playing Terraria, or everything got so messy and jumbled up that eventually I just didn't want to play on those worlds anymore because they just look too ugly. Is this okay? I'm gonna need somebody to validate my feelings in the comments if anybody else plays. Do you ever just stop playing a world because you let it get too messy? Because I've done that more times than I'd like to admit. And maybe that's a toxic trait. Just so happened to have. Not my proudest moment. There are a couple worlds that, of course, in the moment, it's, yeah, sure, I'll delete it. I didn't really care about it that much anyways. And now I wish I saved them just so then I could look back on those worlds someday, and you know what? Maybe even finish them. Just to finish it. I mean, I think making things look pretty has kind of already jumped out the window with the way that I'm currently making these houses. Because I'll do a world tour eventually, someday of I don't get that yet. I'll do a world tour eventually of my expert world, because then I can properly communicate what I mean when I say that I really put more effort. I put more effort than usual into trying to make things look nice, which I usually don't do in a lot of games. I usually go for functionality, or at least in Stardew Valley's case, whatever can give me the most money. So the fact that Terraria was the game that really made me consider making things look as nice as possible, a little bit insane. But that's just how it happened to be, and you know what? It's whatever. Also, I could be misremembering, but I swear that the table was different. Like, the table had different crafting than the workbench, and that's literally the only reason I just crafted it. Oops. You know what? Worst case scenario, I just have some more furniture in reserve for when I can get another NPC. Of course, I'll have to move it inside, but I'll just keep it like this for now. Can I not place this? Okay, well, the candle. This actually isn't. This hasn't been good. This. Yep. Definitely know what I was saying there. I should get a piggy bank once I have enough money, because I'm going to be. I need some kind of inventory that I'll be able to access later once I get the flying piggy. How do you get the flying piggy bank? I genuinely don't remember. I think it was something that I got pretty early on out of nowhere. Or I could just get Chester, because I think they lead to the same. They have the same inventory, the piggy bank and Chester. I don't remember how to get Chester either, though. You know, if I really wanted to do Summoner, I just realized one of the earliest things I could do, not even the Zoologist, if I created a graveyard and died enough times, Abigail's flower would eventually spawn. So I would have a summon right away. And Abigail's not horrible. Let's not die to the zombie. I need to slowly back away so I don't turn around. So I don't care how much they complain. I might only move them to different biomes if they're particularly useful or I need their services, or if they have different, if there's something in their shop that I specifically want that only happens in a specific biome. Because I have to learn that the hard way, that some characters will only sell you specific stuff if they're living in a certain biome. It makes sense. It's still a little bit annoying when I had to constantly reshuffle where everybody was or make new houses in the middle of nowhere, just so that I could get one item. I also believe that money won't be an issue for sure. Once I kill the wall of flesh, money is not going to be an issue. If you don't already know, there's a glitch with the crystals in the underground hollow that basically gives you infinite money. It's not particularly fast in comparison to other ways of getting infinite money, but it's low effort, not very difficult, and it still gets you a decent amount of money quickly. So win-win. Free is free, and it's so much free money. And I'm not expecting this video or this series to finish before the next update comes out, so I might as well take advantage of it while take advantage of any bugs while I still can. You know, I might even consider using Hoik to get into the Lizard Temple early if I really wanted to. Who knows? I might still not do that. I actually don't remember the order of a lot of the post hard mode bosses, because I don't remember who you have to fight before you get into the Lizard Temple. Oh, it's Plantera. Okay, never mind. I do know. It's the mechanical bosses, Plantera. Is there somebody between the mechanical bosses and Plantera that I'm missing? I mean, Queen Slime is technically optional. Mechanical bosses, probably Queen Slime, Plantera, Golem, Cultist. Yeah. The pillars and Moonlord. I think there was at least one boss that I didn't fight that wasn't a seasonal boss that I probably will try to fight on this save. really, I kind of just, one of the biggest allures to doing this again was just so that I could get the trophies for beating the bosses on Master, which I know I've mentioned already. But those trophies look very nice, and it would make for a good trophy room. Whether or not that trophy room is going to be on this save or some other lower difficulty save is still up for debate. I definitely want to do more of these videos if possible, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. I don't mind doing things for myself because, I mean, I'm not expecting very many people at all, if any, to watch this, but you know, even if it's just for me, it would be nice to see other people also like it, you know? But anyways, I think at least this is like night 2. Not much has really happened. I kind of just collected as many, well, I collected some worms just so then later if I decide to go fishing off screen or whatever, I can get some crates. I should be getting, honestly, I should be getting more ore because I need better armor as soon as possible. But since this isn't like a walkthrough or a fully like first time playthrough, I think I'm fine with grinding ore and whatnot off screen. Most of the on screen stuff is probably going to be limited to direct progression. Ooh, wait, hold on, let me wear the rain hat. So, you know what? For now, I think this is a good place to end the quote-unquote pilot episode, because since most of this is, like I said, it's going to be unedited footage, I don't want it to be too long, but I want to have a good chunk of just stuff to either edit around if I decide to, or just to like make I'm so used to having long videos because of my old editing style. It didn't help that my first, well, I guess currently only video before this one is over an hour and a half long. I'm so used to making long videos that I kind of forget that I think like the average spans anywhere from like 15 to 20 for like a decently chunked video, and this is already, if I don't edit anything, it's going to be about 50 minutes. We'll see how much gets changed in editing, but you know what? That's enough rambling from me for now, because I think a good deal of progress has been made, and I feel like this is a nice place to stop and give it some time to marinate whether or not I decide that I want to do more of these videos, which I probably and hopefully will do more of, because I do find this to be fun, and I also want to take advantage of the mic from my phone. If it turns out that I can't really record my own voice as much, at least not consistently, but I can still record the game audio, I might either just go back to doing voiceovers, or maybe even go further back and do text overlays for whatever I'm thinking. It would be a kind of sad downgrade, but you know, I think it's the gameplay is more important than hearing me yap about whatever minor inconveniences I'm currently experiencing. But yeah, that's a nice place to end off. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, do whatever you want. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever, or don't do it. I don't expect a lot to happen just from this one pilot episode. Who knows? We'll see. You know what? How about do whatever you want. I'll see you again on episode 2 if I decide to make an episode 2. And for now, we'll just call it here. Hopefully we'll beat Terraria on Master Mode. Yeah, if I keep going, I'm never gonna end this. Bye, guys! Starting. Oh. Okay. First, I don't want to die. Second. Oh!